Hi, my name is Kiana and I'm an American living in Paris, and this is my January vlog, starting things off with walking to go see the New Year's fireworks at the Champs-Élysées. It's really magical. I highly advise anyone going to experience this at least once in a lifetime, but it is a mess to get back home. So I'm back in my Paris apartment. It's only been 4 days since I've been back, but ever since I flew back and landed on the 30th, my jet lag has been really bad, like really bad. But it's really weird to be back, mainly because this time I don't have a return date. So there's just a lot of uncertainty, a lot of thoughts kind of bouncing off in my head at any given moment regarding kind of the future of my stay here in Paris. I really want to stay. I'm really in the beginning phase, I think, of my research and my master plan for the year, so I still have a lot of thinking and strategizing to do. So yeah, we'll see. Tomorrow the internet guy is gonna come and check on our fiber because it's not working. I signed us up for internet back in October and we still don't have internet in the apartment due to one thing or the other. So again, living in France. One of the things that I do routinely every week is meal prep, lunch and dinner. This time I'm making chicken stir fry with baby corn and edamame, and this is something that I'm going to eat throughout the week. So I finally feel like I have conquered the jet lag. I went to bed at 1, got up around 7, and haven't gone back to bed since. I worked on a group project that I still have due, and now I'm gonna go to the Asian market to search for my favorite chili sauce that actually I haven't been able to find at most of the little shops by my apartment. And they were closed yesterday. They closed early because it was only January 2nd, and I didn't realize that a lot of shops would still be closed, or at least closed early. I didn't know that, and it wasn't reflected on Google. So I'm gonna go, and this is my outfit. Very basic, pull. I'm going to wear my new puffer jacket. It's actually not that cold. I feel like my apartment just runs cold, but it's not that cold outside. And this is the look. I feel like it's very 90s chic with how puffy this jacket is. But it's really warm and lightweight, and that is key. I've learned that lightweight and warm is key because I love wearing my coats. They do keep me warm, but they're very heavy, and after hours of walking around the city, it does start to get really heavy. So here's my outfit. One of the best highlights of this month of January 2023 was being able to go to the Elysee Schiaparelli Exposition at the Museum of Decorative Arts. It was just absolutely spectacular. Schiaparelli is one of my favorite masons at the moment, and it was just super incredible to see all these amazing couture pieces in person. Of all the gowns in the exhibition, my favorite were these white dresses designed by Daniel Rossberry. I just think they look so ethereal. So today is Saturday, January 7th. I just left Le Deux Margot Cafe with my friend. We had a very rushed little hot chocolate session, but it's okay. It all worked out. Speed walking to my friend at 59 Rivoli. I haven't been before, but it's basically like an artist spot where you can go and see a bunch of people's art. And I'm really excited. I mean, personally, I love all kinds of art. Contemporary, traditional, modern, anything and anything in between. Honestly, the weirder the better sometimes. I don't mind weird art. So I'm really excited. Discovering Le 59 Rivoli was definitely a fascinating experience. It kind of reminded me of the street art that you can find in the arts district of downtown LA. It was just so experimental. There were so many weird things to discover. It's maybe not for everyone, but like I said, I like all forms of art, so it was really cool to discover contemporary street art in Paris. And it's free, so why not? So if you haven't watched my previous vlogs, let me just get you a bit up to speed. Basically, I was working in fashion back in LA, and I decided to move abroad to do my master's in luxury and design management at a French business school. In this month of January, I'm currently in the beginning of my second semester of my program, and so I've already made some friends with other international students, and it's just been really, really nice to meet people from all around the world. One of our collective missions for the winter was to try all the different Parisian hot chocolates and decide which one we like the most. So it is literally hours before we're supposed to submit our project for data analysis, and I'm literally doing all of the work per usual, and I just want to show you how much I have written versus my group mates. So I'm doing all of this. I already coded the data. I made the conceptual model as well, which was needed to be redone. And here are my group mates. Nothing. She's possibly doing something here. Barely. Nothing. Like, girl, where is the rest of your written analysis? Project is literally over 35 pages and it's finally freaking done. Oh my god. I just want to pass. I hope we just pass. Oh my god. Since it's been a while since I've seen my friend Gazelle from Iran, I was so happy to host her for breakfast, and she surprised me with this beautiful handmade necklace with these beautiful beads from her home country. So it is a gloomy Monday in Paris, and I got all dressed up to go nowhere to just shoot some content at home because it's quite cold outside and I have the day to myself, so I just decided to shoot some content in the apartment, and I just feel really, really lucky. I have such a beautiful space that I live in, and honestly I love shooting content on my own. Like, I love shooting self-portraits, little videos. Like, I think most of the time, because I've been doing it for so long, I really know what I want, what kind of shot I'm looking for, so I really don't mind shooting content on my own. I actually really enjoy it, and I kind of find it like meditative and a little bit of a fun kind of creative experience, like painting or drawing. So I'm all bundled up. I got the scarf from my mom. I mean, she kind of gave it to me last minute, and I'm so glad that she did, because it's like wearing a blanket and it's really chic. Like, for a scarf, I feel like I struggle sometimes with winter in fall clothes, and this is like a really chic scarf. So I'm really glad that she gave it to me. And so now I'm going to do some grocery shopping. I have a lot of chores and things I have to do, laundry, if you can see kind of by my chaotic rack back there. And I have a call with Tony, the partner for my friend Raphael's brand. We're going to talk social strategy and a bunch of different things coming up. So it should be a really good, productive day. And I'm going to try to stay warm and cozy. Angelina's is another very popular and quite touristic, if I dare say, of a place to have Parisian hot chocolate. It's very beautiful inside and there's always a long queue, so I feel like it's worth a visit at least once if you're in Paris. But personally, I thought the hot chocolate was way too sweet and I wasn't a big fan of Mont Blanc. I think it's just too much sugar on top of sugar, and that's saying something considering that I love desserts. I just walked to a few different pharmacies and stores to look for toothpaste. And the ones at the pharmacy all seemed like super high grade medical. And I was like, I don't need like a fancy toothpaste. And so in the end, I just walked to Monoprix and got this guy. Because this one looked like the most American brand-esque that I could find. And I've heard that from other YouTubers and bloggers that the difference with European toothpaste is that it's not minty. And so I specifically look for ones that I think are going to be minty because I still like my minty toothpaste. Okay, so I'm finally getting ready to go out, leave the apartment after literally, I think like 2 days of hibernating in the apartment, like trying to work on my thesis, and I just literally didn't feel like going outside because it's so cold. So now I'm getting ready to go out, meet a friend for brunch, take some pictures around the Royal Palace garden, and I'm really happy to be out and a normal functioning human. I've been on a hunt for Japanese rice. I have a big bag currently that was like 5 kilos that I bought when I first moved here, and now I'm running low. And I've been just on the hunt for Japanese rice. There's rice everywhere. Like you can find Indian rice, Thai rice, all different kinds of rice everywhere. But Japanese rice specifically, I find to be very difficult to pin down. And I went back to the same store where I originally bought my rice when I first moved here. And the guy literally said that it's like back ordered, basically. Like it could take weeks. It could be there next week. It could be another few weeks. And so this is all he had. And it was quite expensive because it's not even a full kilo of rice, and it's 500 grams, and it was like 4 euros. So, oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna do because I need my short grain Japanese rice. Tomorrow I'm gonna go, I think there's like a little Lunar New Year celebration like the 3rd. So I'm gonna go over there, and I heard there's like food and parade and things like that. So maybe I'll find some Japanese rice over there. If all else fails, maybe I need to go to the 13th to the Chinese/Asian arrondissement. I actually haven't ventured over there. I haven't really ventured too much through the south of Paris, so it could be worth it, especially if it means I can find more of my Japanese rice. So I'm gonna make some instant ramen and watch Suits for the rest of the evening, and tomorrow I think I'm gonna work on my thesis and then meet my friend for some Lunar New Year celebrations in the 3rd. So I didn't realize that this is actually a stir fry, not like a ramen, not like a soupy ramen. So I don't know if I would buy it again knowing that, but I'm still gonna try to make it. And then I'm going to put my egg, my sad broken egg. And no, it doesn't look so bad. I was so happy and excited to discover a little Chinatown in the middle of Paris, and I'm not talking about the area on the 13th. This is closer to Republique. It's so cute. There's so many little restaurants and places where you can get really good Taiwanese pastry. I think it was just such an amazing find, and I was just so happy to devour these pastries. This day in particular was especially freezing. I don't know what it was, but even with heated hand warmers on our face, we were just suffering in the cold. So Gazelle and I stopped inside a cafe to have some warm drinks to warm ourselves up because we just couldn't survive the cold outside. As much as I would love to look chic every single day in the winter, it's just physically impossible for me. I would rather be warm and wear this storm coat that my godmother gave me than suffer in the cold. So I wear earmuffs and this storm coat every time I go out. I always feel a bit like a marshmallow when I wear this coat, but I'd much rather be warm than freezing my ass off. So today is January 23rd, Monday, and I'm here at the Pompidou Museum. I'm going to do some studying, work on my thesis, maybe do a blog post, and I want to do some journaling. So I'm here on a mission, and I'm just glad that there's this public library where I can be, where it's warm, because currently my apartment is so cold, and it's just another nice space to be in other than being in the apartment all day. While I was at Center Pompidou, I made this blog post featuring photos by my photographer friend Fanny that we took back in LA in my Raphael Delacroix denim. Over the weekend, I was so excited to discover the Petit Palais for the first time. It's a free museum based in Paris, and it's absolutely spectacular. I think it's my favorite museum to date. Even though it's called the Petit Palais, I honestly think it's quite big, but then again, I still haven't been to the Grand Palace, so maybe I don't know. But it's absolutely stunning inside. Even in the winter, the garden is just really, really beautiful. It's very calm, and it was just such a lovely way to spend the afternoon with friends. Afterwards, we walked across Pont Alexander to Kappa Cafe, which I also think to this day is one of my favorite cafes in Paris. It's really small, but I swear they have the best matcha latte. From there, my new Singaporean friend Vina wanted to discover this art store, and it was really amazing. They really had so many different things, and for an artist, I think it's just heaven. Given the fact that it gets so cold in the winter, one of my favorite things to make is corn chowder soup, and here I broke the can. I don't even know how I did that, but it's really, really simple to make. It's just with corn, onions, cream, and some stock of your choosing. It's very, very hearty. I add potatoes, and I have it with some fresh baguette. It's one of the most delicious meals I make in the winter, and it's kind of like this sweet, savory umami flavor that you just have to try for yourself. I feel like in the winter I just go full survival mode. Like, I'll wear as many layers, wear as many heating pads as it takes to stay warm. I'm just suffering. Like, I just feel like a marshmallow constantly, and I'm freezing even as I'm just sitting at my computer trying to work on school stuff. When I moved to Paris, I was really, really lucky and fortunate to make friends with a designer named Raphael Delacroix. He has his own startup brand here in Paris, and often I come to the studio to do fittings and work on things to help him run his business. He's really, really talented, a bit goofy at times, but he's just the best. No, je suis très sympa tous les jours. Since I've been helping him out for a while with his brand, he was really kind enough to make me a custom set of Japanese denim jeans, And I just really, really loved watching the process of how he made these jeans because they're really a work of art. Everything about these jeans was custom, from the thread to the hardware, and I love the pleating design. I feel like that's a very signature style that Raf can create with his designs. And the bright orange kind of neon thread just really pops against the dark Japanese denim. So this is just a piece that I'm going to treasure forever, and I'm really, really grateful for our friendship. Also, lately it's been so cold in my apartment, I've officially put on my coat inside. Oh my god, my stockings are drying back there, but I'm wearing my coat inside with a hoodie, and I'm still cold. Honestly, I feel like I've been getting a little sick just because my radiator back there like just doesn't, it just doesn't heat. Like, my room is quite large, so it just doesn't heat. So I'm gonna wear my coat and heat up some dinner now. So I'm back at school. It's almost 8 p.m. and I just had my first French class. It was literally only my friend and I in the class. A lot of people were not there today, but also they only gave us 2 days notice, so that kind of explains why a lot of people were missing, but it's okay. I love my teacher. She's really, really sweet, patient, explains things well. She's actually Colombian, so she understands the language difficulty and culture difficulty of navigating everything. So far so good. My friend is a little bit lower level French than me, so it's a little bit more of a review session, but it's okay because improving the basics is always a good thing. And so now I'm sitting here working on my thesis. I still am working on my first deliverable, and I have to do the first one and second one by Sunday. It's a little bit behind, but so far so good with French classes, and I'm really, really happy to be having in-person French classes because it really does make all the difference. Okay, so I just did a small grocery run at Auchan. I got some steaks because meat is pretty, it's more affordable at Auchan, I think, than like Carrefour or the other grocery store chains. And I should probably just buy my meat at the butchery, but I find it very intimidating because I can't think, I like definitely need to translate the words beforehand. I think I've hit peak winter survival mode. I'm sitting up against my radiator, I have a scarf on my head, and I got my water pack on my lap. Winter is really not for me, and I can't wait for spring. Even though Lunar New Year technically already started, I really wanted to host a Lunar New Year party at my place, so I decided to go grocery shopping to get some things to do a dumpling making party at my place, and I got everything from High Chews, which are really for me. Dumpling skins, noodles, and just some other things to prep for the dinner. So today is Saturday, January 28th, and tonight I'm hosting a little dumpling party for Lunar New Year. I'm so excited. I'm gonna have a few friends over. We're gonna make dumplings. Some have never made dumplings before from scratch, so it's gonna be a fun little learning experience. And I'm also gonna make fried rice, long life noodle, and I think one of my friends is gonna bring dessert, so I'm really, really excited. And I bought a bunch of groceries, so it should be a really fun little Lunar New Year celebration. While I was out grocery shopping, I was able to find some red envelopes to give to my friends, and since I'm on a student budget, I filled them with candy because I definitely don't have cold hard cash to be handing out. For my Lunar New Year menu, I decided to make simple chow mein and fried rice. Again, I'm on a student budget, so I had to get a little bit creative with the things that I could put on my menu. But it's pretty easy and simple to make chow mein noodles just with some rice, garlic, peas, carrots, and a little bit of scrambled egg. I was a bit in a rush, so I didn't film every step of every part of my cooking, but you kind of get the gist. And I feel like fried rice is a pretty simple and generally a crowd pleasing dish, so I was really happy to cook for my friends. Once everyone arrived, I did a little dumpling making tutorial to show everyone how you can stuff your dumplings, and then everyone got to work. It was really so cute to see everyone making their own dumplings. For many people, it was their first time doing this kind of activity, and it was just so fun. I will say it was a bit hectic having so many dumplings to cook all at once, and I really just didn't want to undercook anything because no one wants to eat a raw dumpling, but it was so much fun and I would definitely do it again.
You should be very proud.
Why don't you turn it?
What? You only cook cebollas.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Oh my god. The tough. Get out of the kitchen. Get out.
First time. I'm Italian. I'm from Sardinia.
There's something about cooking with friends and having a home-style, family-style meal that just warms my heart. It was so much fun, and I was so happy to surprise my friends with the red envelope. It was such a hit. Afterwards, we played kind of like a naming charades game. I actually don't know what it's called, but basically everyone puts a name into the bowl, and you tape it on your face, and then everyone has to guess who you are, and it's just a really funny party game. At the end of the night, I was absolutely exhausted, but my heart was so full. I love hosting. I feel like at the end of the day, all the work is well worth it, and I slept with 2 hot water bottles in my bed. I slept very well that night. The next day I showered, so that's why my hair looks a little bit wet, and I just kind of had a slow morning. I have these French books, so I definitely wanted to try to take some time to learn some French, and my roommate surprised us with homemade crepes. So I wanted to have kind of a little brunch at home with the fresh crepes and jam. I just feel so lucky. I really wasn't planning on living with roommates when I first moved to Paris, but I got really lucky with my first set of roommates, and there's nothing like waking up to fresh crepes in the morning in Paris. Like, that is literally the dream. So this is me trying to fold my crepe. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to do it like this, but I did it like this anyways. I feel like it's easier to eat, and it was so delicious. After hosting, it's really important to me to clean the apartment, and actually I find cleaning to be relatively therapeutic. Also, doing yoga and a little bit of dance in my room kind of calms me down in the evening, and it's part of my little routine before I go to bed. One of the other downsides about winter fashion is even if I wear something cute underneath my coat, you never really see it because I'm wearing my winter coat.
Okay, today is Monday and I am off to French class. My group for wine and spirits actually got an email saying that our deadline for today is a hard deadline. There's a huge miscommunication. One of the people in my group thought that the deadline was not going to be until later in the month, like mid-February, so I will have to type up my part of the project really fast. It's fine. I think we can make it, but a little bit stressful. So I'm gonna go to French class, type up my wine and spirits group project, try to submit by tonight, and yeah. French school is always a little bit of a mess. It's always a little bit chaotic, but luckily my group for this project is good, unlike other ones that I've had. So everyone will contribute, do their part, and we should just be done with it. So now I'm gonna go to school. late, but I had French class until 5:30-ish. I stayed a little bit longer to talk with the professor, and then I've been working on my wine and spirits group project assignment that's due at midnight. And now I am hustling home to try to finish. I'm almost done. I think I'm gonna just write the conclusion, and I have one more section to write about. But oh my god, I thought I almost got locked in my school because I couldn't open the front door, and then eventually the security guard came down and opened the door for me. But I was getting a little bit nervous. I'm like, no way I'm locked in, and I have to sleep at the school. Like, no way.
So my group did it. We managed to finish about 35 pages worth of writing in one day. Granted, a few people had already done their parts, but for me, I did not. And as straining as other group projects were, this one is significantly better. Everyone did their part. It is 11:19 and I will submit by 11:30. So, oh my god. I can't wait for this to be done. But we're gonna make the deadline, and we did make the minimum amount for the length as well. So in the end, I had so much food left over for my Chinese New Year's party, so I ended up eating a lot of leftovers for the rest of the week.